Hey guys, I'm NATO King bringing you another episode of Rayman. Today we're finishing up the Blue Mountains with Mr. Stone's Peaks and a special guest.
Hey guys, I'm your average Joe.
So, how average is an average Joe?
I'm waving my hand here.
Okay, that's about what I was expecting. So, first thing we have to do is deal with that crying hippie back there because there's no way to progress. There's no ground.
They broke his instrument.
Well, he actually hid it inside a boulder for some reason. And there's a voice clip that plays here in the PC version. I don't remember what it is because I rarely got this far, but it's something like, "Thanks, Rayman. Take this super helicopter power."
Man, am I glad that I played the PlayStation version.
Yeah, it's a bit easier too. And then he's got different colored hair. It's like blue and purple. And I can just fly upwards all I want.
Yeah. I wonder, isn't it like that for this and one other level?
Yeah, the next area I get the super helicopter power back, although it doesn't really help all that much.
Oh, that looks almost skillful of you.
Yeah, I had some practice, and dodging stuff is not as hard as it looks as long as you're patient and take your time.
Oh. I always made a habit of getting those two. I don't know.
Yeah, I used to make a habit of getting all of them, but I had been through the first part of this level quite a few times by now and started getting lazy near the end.
Yeah, I guess we don't really have as much time as we did as kids.
Not so much having time, but, you know, do I want to lose 8 minutes of progress if I go too quickly? I don't know what I was thinking there. Or do I want to lose 12 minutes of progress and bounce off every spike in the level? And of course, the first cage is over there to the left.
Speaking of which, the cameraman. I've been playing through the remake of this game on DSiWare, and for some reason they thought that actually capturing your face every time you pass through a checkpoint would be a great idea.
What, your face with the DSi camera?
Yeah.
Wow.
So every time I see that cameraman, I instinctively reach my thumb over to the camera. Just.
I thought you were going to say you'd make a goofy face or something.
Yeah, that gets old.
And you see all these depressions over here that have the ground under the flying pufferfish here.
Yeah.
The one that I just flew over has the second cage. So I managed to miss both of the cages in this area my first time through.
All for the merit of showing off.
Not really. It was all for the merit of I didn't know where they were. And just played through after making the video.
I always thought that it'd be easier, to get into each depression and, wait your time.
And I did. I actually did that, I thought, and I must have missed the one that actually had the cage in it somewhere. Now this part, they actually tell you in the manual, if you bother to read it, which nobody does, that the super helicopter hair is good for cutting ropes.
Really?
This is the only time in the game where that matters.
I actually like this set piece. It makes sense in the universe, and
it does. It's just harder than it looks, and I also have no idea how, the weight of 2 rocks is exactly the same as the weight of 1 rock, but the weight of no rocks is enough to leave it hanging up there.
You're playing a video game. You don't have to think about that.
You're the one who's talking about it making sense in the universe. I'm trying to say that nothing makes sense in this universe. Hey, there's my first cage.
A few of the Electoons actually glitched into the wall there.
Oh yeah, there they are. They look happy though.
They're always happy. Oh, by the way, I think it was mentioned in the thread that the Electoons actually teleport out Mega Man style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they actually do that if you wait long enough. it just takes less time, I think, in the GBA version.
Probably they didn't want to keep track of where they all were all that time.
Makes sense for lesser hardware.
Yep, so you thought we were done with rising water way back in the swamps of forgetfulness, but here it is again.
I hate those drums. They always creeped me out as a kid. I seriously couldn't get through Blue Mountains for the longest times because I got scared of those drums.
No, wait a sec. Aren't those the drums that play at the end of every single track on the CD?
Really?
I think so. That's how they cover up the fact that they're re-looping the song again. Dun 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 dun.
I think that's only for Blue Mountains, but
No, I'm pretty sure that's all of them.
Nah,
Yeah, that was a nice
that
joke.
can't be true. Very skillful.
Yeah. I'm trying to take out the anti-tune, and then I realized I don't even need to land on his ledge.
Yeah. There's lots of fake outs like that in the entire world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Mountain.
I don't know how I managed not to get hit by that one. Hey, it's more of those Discworld trolls. Now this one, if you hit him, he usually just keeps walking to the right until he falls off the ledge, but this time he died first.
Hmm.
Now, I did try going back, as someone suggested, and punching them in the head. It doesn't seem to make a difference. It just takes a whole lot of punches.
To be fair, those trolls are dicks.
Yeah, usually that rock hits you and you fall off. I just got used to it after about 3 failures.
Funny enough, that exact same scenario happened to me like a dozen times. You know, where he throws one rock, then walks off the edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it happened to me most of the time. Just one time I managed to get in enough hits to kill it before it did that.
This guy's an asshole.
Yeah, this one, you can't even really jump over him effectively. I've tried it a couple times. If he goes all the way to the bottom and walks to the left, you can make it, but otherwise you just have to kill him. And you've got...
The worst thing is that this isn't the first time that they pulled this shit off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these guys are what make Blue Mountains hard. I mean, there's the jumping, there's the grappling, but no, it's these rock
drums.
I finally get past him with not a hit point to spare.
And those things actually cure 2 health and not 1.
Well, if they've got 2 yellow bits circling around them, they heal 2 hit points. There's some that only do 1.
Really?
Hey, it's our friend the Tig Magician.
Yay. I love him. He's just... I don't know, he seems like some kind of omniscient guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in case anybody hadn't noticed, the snow in this level is indeed slippery. Just like the ledges everywhere in Bandland.
To be honest, that really didn't bug me as much as in Bandland. I guess because they didn't really pull up as much bullshit as they did.
Well, not
Also, no
until
trumpets.
here.
Ugh!
Yeah, like, sure, I can stay ahead of those boulders. Not. You gotta drop down
Made a
almost
sport of
every
that.
one of these gaps until the one that looks the most inviting, which is, of course, a death trap. See if you can spot it. Otherwise, yeah, there are actually ledges in this world that are not slippery, which is something that could almost not be said of Bandland. So in that sense, you know, the slippery floors here mostly are not meant to be a huge pain. They're just kind of a minor inconvenience.
Plus they look cool.
Yep.
Or at least beautiful.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people, particularly on the internet these days, going, "Oh, I want snow, it's December, where's my snow?" I'm like, come on, you guys. But you don't have to drive half an hour to get to work in good weather.
Oh, this part. Oh man,
Yeah.
I used to die so often there.
Well, the trick is you can't destroy the rocks. You just fall down out of the way.
I actually made a point of destroying the first rock, then just hanging off every ledge after that.
Well, the problem is you got to deal with the snow physics. So if you're standing there throwing your fist at the rock, you'll go sliding to the left.
Yeah. That's if you're not a
But if you
male.
just hang on the ledges and then stand with your toes on the ledge, you can make the jumps and not slide into the rocks and die.
Exactly like that.
And then this gap right here will kill you.
Oh, I think I saw the edge of it.
This one is where you want to go. And get attacked by lots and lots of rock dogs.
I think they're puppies. They're too cute to be just dogs.
Yeah. Well, puppies are dogs too.
But then again, Rayman. Also, that bottommost guy that chases you is... It always bugged me how he was slightly behind the other ones.
Oh, because the other ones activated sooner as you were falling down, I guess.
I don't know.
And then here's a nice dick move. If you grab the ledge there to jump up, you get spiked. In the face.
Isn't there some kind of event if you slide all the way down under that ledge?
I don't know. I don't think so. Or at the very least, it's not a cage. Because I've gotten
Oh, and of
4
course,
cages, I missed the first 2, so we're done with cages. And you know what that means. Well, normally it means there's another random scene, but no, it's Mr. Stone! And like I said in a previous video, you can't punch him in the face, so you gotta hit that tower in the middle. It bends over, and it whomps him on the head.
So you hit that and it bends over.
Yep.
What's wrong with this picture here?
I don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah, me neither.
but every time he grabs a rock to throw it at you, you knock it out of his hand, and that's how you get up to hit the rock.
Surprisingly easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mr. Stone is actually...
I don't know how I managed to lose about 20 lives to him the first time I got here on this playthrough. But as soon as I knew what the pattern was, and they give you a full health right at the start. So, once you know his patterns, there's no excuse for not beating him. Plus, he's only got 8 hit points instead of the standard 12.
I'm liking the music here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I keep thinking that this is actually regular music for some area, but I don't think it is.
It was for the last medallion or world or whatever. Not for when he chases you, though. Oddly enough.
Yep, so he's at half health, his pattern changes a little bit, and he stops grabbing rocks to knock out of his hand. Instead, he shoots one pellet across the ground, and that turns into a cloud.
I always thought those clouds looked like pants. I don't know. Are you seeing it?
No, not really. I've just always thought they looked like clouds. And the, little purple thing that indicates it's a disappearing cloud. Someone said it was closed eyes. It always looked like a ribbon to me.
I don't know what it looked like to me. Maybe a puncture or whatever. But then they don't differentiate between ones that disappear when you step on them and then ones that just disappear.
Well, if you have enough time to stand there and watch him, you can tell the difference. But yeah, he's got no new moves, really. It's pretty much just the same thing over and over again at this point. So,
Well,
yeah, nice, reasonably fun boss. He's got an interesting gimmick.
I guess you could call it a breather boss. For the sheer merit that Blue Mountains is, you know, artist balls.
Well, the weird thing is that so many people in the thread were saying, "Oh man, I hated Mr. Stone." And, you know, I kind of hated him too, but like I said, once I beat him once, he's been no trouble since.
I think it's mostly because they played it as kids and he's kind of scary.
Yeah, I guess so, but
Plus, he's got a rocking soundtrack and every kid is scared of a rocking soundtrack.
I don't remember. I don't think I heard any rocking soundtracks as a kid. Besides, look at this guy.
Yeah, but...
No, look at him. Look at him.
Aw, isn't that cute?
I don't see any threat there.
Not anymore.
Right. But that was Blue Mountains. Except, we've got
Yay.
one more power to get.
Oh, hey. Tilda the fairy.
Yep, good old
Right?
Batilla. And this time she's giving us a power that is both the most and least useful.
Wait, what?
For the most part, it's kind of gimmicky, but there are times when you actually have to use it. For example, this gap. No way to get across, so you fall to your death. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wait, no.
This is what happens if you fall down in a Batilla area. You can't actually die.
No, I tested it. Like, well,
So,
the first time I went to this area, I tested it. No way did I actually fail to read the instructions.
but there we go. So now, going back through earlier levels will be a bit faster because I can run everywhere.
And you have the last power, so you can get every
Yep.
cage.
I should be able to get every cage from this point on. Whether I will or not is kind of up in the air. Next time, Picture City. This is where the game gets hard. See you guys then.
Bye.